Your phone lights up. You unlock it without thinking. Then your heart stops. Sitting in your checking account is $157,500,000. The lottery ticket actually hit. The first move is completely non-negotiable. You walk into work, place a 2-word resignation letter on your manager's desk, and retire from the 9 to 5 before lunch. Congratulations. Your new full-time job is spending money. No investing, no budgeting, no financial advisors. Today we're putting a $500 million lottery jackpot into the simulator and finding out just how fast a fortune can disappear. Less than 24 hours after the jackpot hit, you're already cruising toward Miami on a private jet. No airport lines, no security queues, just a direct flight into your new life. The first major purchase isn't a car, it's a headquarters. $24 million buys you a waterfront mansion with an infinity pool, private dock, and enough bedrooms to get lost in your own house. The paperwork takes less than an hour. $24 million disappears from the account. And just like that, you're officially a Miami homeowner. The mansion comes with its own private movie theater. No tickets, no crowds, just a cinema bigger than most people's living rooms. Step outside and the backyard looks more like a 5-star resort. The infinity pool stretches toward the ocean, making it hard to tell where the property ends and the water begins. And because normal houses apparently aren't enough anymore, there's even a private sports court built directly into the mansion. No memberships, no waiting, just your own personal arena. Then comes the first truly difficult decision in your new life. Ferrari or Lamborghini? For the next 20 minutes, you genuinely pretend you're only buying one. The Ferrari wins round one. Fast, loud, and completely unnecessary. Exactly what a brand new lottery winner needs. Unfortunately, the Lamborghini keeps calling your name. And when you have $157 million sitting in the bank, self-control becomes surprisingly difficult. Not every trip needs to feel like a race. Sometimes you want to arrive like royalty. A few weeks later, the garage starts looking less like a parking space and more like a private car museum. The best part isn't owning the cars. It's taking them out for the first time. Suddenly, your daily drive looks more like a video game than real life. At some point, you realize the mansion needs a boat. Not a normal boat. An $18 million floating palace complete with a crew, a cinema, and enough fuel to cross oceans. The yacht itself feels more like a floating luxury hotel. Marble floors, private lounges, and enough space to get lost inside your own boat. The owner's suite alone is larger than most family homes. Floor-to-ceiling ocean views mean every morning feels like a luxury vacation. There's even a private movie theater on board, because apparently driving to a cinema is now considered an inconvenience. At the rear of the yacht, an entire beach club unfolds directly onto the water. It's basically a private resort that follows you around the world. And because walking down the marina apparently takes too long, the yacht comes with its own helicopter pad. This is a luxury reserved for the ultra-wealthy. And if you couldn't tell by this point, you're one of them. By sunset, you're relaxing on the back deck of your yacht, watching the horizon disappear. Less than 24 hours ago, you were sitting at a desk. Now, you're trying to remember where you parked your helicopter. After the mansion, the cars, and the yacht, you've already spent more money than most people will see in 100 lifetimes. And somehow, there's still over $113 million left to burn. Eventually, normal supercars stop feeling special. That's when you enter hypercar territory. One signature later, and nearly $5 million disappears on a Bugatti. Then a dangerous thought appears. If you can buy a mansion, why not buy an entire island? $42 million later, the island is yours. No neighbors, no traffic, no problems. Owning the island isn't enough. Now it's time to build the ultimate billionaire playground. First comes the main house. Not a mansion, a compound. Multiple wings, guest villas, infinity pools, and enough bedrooms to lose count. Then comes the marina, because every private island apparently needs somewhere to park a fleet of yachts. And finally, a helicopter terminal, because walking across your own island would obviously be inconvenient. Somewhere along the way, the garage becomes a museum. 28 vehicles, most of them barely driven. That's when reality finally catches up. The balance is still enormous, but for the first time, you notice something strange. The number is moving in the wrong direction. Then comes the realization nobody talks about. Buying the toys was easy. Keeping them running costs over $2 million every single month. An accountant finally breaks down the numbers. The mansion, the yacht, the island, the staff, the pilots, the security team. Together they're burning more than $25 million every year. Years pass. The parties continue. The expenses never stop. And eventually, a number appears on the screen that gets your attention. For the first time since winning the lottery, somebody says the unthinkable. It might be time to start selling things. The yacht is first to go. It sounded amazing when you bought it. Turns out you only used it 6 times. Then comes the moment nobody imagines while dreaming about winning the lottery. You started with $157 million. Now there's less than $10 million left. And that's when the alternate timeline appears. What if, instead of spending everything, you would simply let the money grow? So what happens when you win $500 million? You can buy mansions, yachts, islands, jets, and everything you've ever wanted. The real question is whether any of it actually makes you happier. Let me know in the comments below what your first purchase would be. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Maximize your cash flow, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.